El doctor Michael Shermer es el editor fundador de la revista Escéptico, director ejecutivo de la Sociedad de Escépticos y profesor adjunto de Economía en Claremont Graduate University, uno de los principales portavoces a favor del tratamiento científico racional de las cuestiones de la fe y lo desconocido. El nuevo libro de Shermer es el volumen final de una trilogía que inició con ¿Por qué la gente cree en cosas raras? Y continuó con How We Believe, ¿Cómo creemos? Un análisis crítico de los sistemas de creencias religiosas y sus fundamentos. Aspira a demostrar que no necesitamos a Dios en lo absoluto para ser seres humanos morales y que en realidad la evolución humana ha construido una tendencia hacia el comportamiento moral en nuestros cerebros.
Una mente brillante, una mente que escribe, que cuestiona, una mente que provoca, una mente que nos hace pensar. Ese es Michael Shermer, nuestro invitado de hoy a este importante programa de diálogos con la ciudad de las ideas, donde aquí en Proyecto 40. Michael Shermer además es el director de una revista que tiene un gran número de fans, se llama El Escéptico. Ustedes, por ejemplo, a veces se han atrevido o les ha provocado leer su horóscopo, han creído en videntes, en la cuija, en fantasmas, en el más allá. Michael Shermer no cree nada de ello. Michael Shermer es una persona que apuesta en la ciencia. De hecho, cree que muchos de estos mitos, como él le llama, son muy peligrosos para la humanidad. La idea es evolucionar. Para Michael Shermer, no te creas todo lo que piensas, no solamente es una frase más, es un axioma de vida. Acompáñenos en la casa de Michael Shermer a entender una mente brillante. Michael Shermer. It's really an honor to be here with you. Thank you very much, Michael. So we should start the game. I will start with the letter A.
Okay.
And whenever you want, you just say stop, okay?
Okay.
Vamos a empezar el juego de basta con el gran científico y maestro Michael Shermer. A.
Alto.
Alto. K. K.
Okay.
What's the question? You have 30 seconds.
Oh, the baloney detection kit, the kit. It is a little publication we put together on how to detect baloney, that is nonsense or BS.
And what's the
well,
trick?
the trick is just to ask certain questions, like, how do you know this is true? Who says that this is true? What's the evidence for this? How does that evidence fit with the way we know the world works? Has there been any independent corroboration of that claim? Is it just made by this one person, or does somebody else also corroborate it? What's the background of this person? What's the context in which they're saying this? So the baloney detection kit is really for students, for teachers, for adults, for parents, for all of us, on how to think critically about weird things.
Great, time is over. Okay, I will start now with K. K.
Okay, alto.
Alto. N.
Okay. Well, the answer is both. Obviously, we're both selfish and selfless. We're cooperative, we're competitive, we're greedy and nasty, we're generous and nice. It depends on the context. We evolved a human nature that has moral emotions. So we feel guilty when we violate a social contract, and we feel good when we help somebody. So we have both of those capacities, and that's part of being a social primate in a social group. The idea is to structure society in a way that brings out the generous, nice part of human nature and attenuates or knocks back the bad part.
I will start with N.
Yes? Okay. Alto.
Alto. Q.
Quirkology is our latest issue on the study of quirky things, and this is our friend Richard Wiseman, who you should invite to your big conference. He's a really clever experimental psychologist on like how to test quirky things, like why is it that people named Fish are more likely to become ichthyologists that study fish, or somebody named Dennis is more likely to become a dentist. I mean, that's a quirky, weird thing.
Okay.
Or like if you tell somebody that you're going to take through an empty house that it's haunted, they're more likely to have feelings like there's something spooky in the house. Versus if you just tell somebody we're going to remodel this house, how do you feel about it? and they won't get the feelings that it's haunted.
It has to do with self-prophecies.
That's
okay.
right, yeah. So your expectations pretty much influence the way you perceive the world.
Pues yo creo en las dos cosas, en el bien y en el mal, porque el mal también existe, el bien también existe, y eso depende de cada uno de nosotros, pues hacer el bien o hacer el mal también.
Creo en el bien, creo que todos los seres humanos somos buenos, dependiendo de circunstancias externas del medio ambiente, de la sociedad, es cuando alguien puede actuar mal.
Bueno, el bien y el mal pues es muy subjetivo, lo que para mí puede estar bien, para otra persona puede estar mal.
Another letter. Q de se basta.
Okay, and alto.
D.
The devil really is just it's a metaphor for evil things. I mean, I think the human brain is constructed in such a way that we tend to see the world in black and white, up and down, binary systems, yes and no, and good and evil. So good and evil on one side is good, God, and the other side is the devil and bad. And so I think the devil represents, in literature and mythology, the dark side of human nature, the bad things that happen out in the world. And the danger is taking it literally, like there's actually somebody out there, because obviously there's not. Or there's something in here, like Osama bin Laden has a demon in him that makes him innately evil.
How could you explain to the people that we have been believing that kind of things for many, many years? And it's part, I don't know if you have read this book, that the God gene, or it could be the evil gene.
I don't think it's in our genes so much as the tendency to impart agency to unseen things. That is, to look for some cause such that everything has to be explained by some cause. That's normal. Mm-hmm. That's called learning. We try to connect A to B and so on. But what do you do when you can't explain it? So we often invent invisible things, spirits, animism, gods and demons and so on. So it's a way of imparting agency to something else that makes it real so that we can respond to it.
D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q,
alto.
R, S. S, here we have S.
Skeptic is not like, I am a skeptic, therefore I believe nothing. I mean, okay. I believe all sorts of things. I believe in gravity and evolution and so forth. And so it's just a way of asking questions. It's like the baloney detection. It's like a science by nature is skeptical. It begins with the null hypothesis that whatever you think is true is not true. Now you prove that it is. Mm-hmm. And that's the default assumption. And so science is naturally conservative in that regard because there's so many claims that are made, most of which are wrong. You have to assume it's not true and then go from there.